You're attractive, kind, successful. You check all the boxes for what makes a good, healthy relationship. But when it comes to love, your partner just can't commit. They always hesitate. They never fully let go, and they hold back, and it hurts. It hurts because you're convinced that you're almost perfect for each other. So why aren't you together? Why are they hesitating? Well, like thousands of couples before you, it might be because of an invisible 80/20ths rule. A secret law that science has proven controls who we fall in love with and whether or not we stay with them. Because here's the truth. It doesn't matter how perfect you are for someone. There's always something that will keep us from committing to them. Something holding us back from letting go and taking the plunge into the deep end of love. And today, I'm going to tell you exactly what that is. I want you to close your eyes for just a second. Now, imagine your perfect partner. Think about the person you would choose if you could choose anyone in the entire world to be with. Imagine their eyes, their smile, their laugh, the way they smell, the way they make you feel. See them in your mind as clearly as you possibly can now. Imagine yourself with them. Picture your life with them by your side. The place you'd live, the kids you'd have, the adventures you'd take. Can you feel it? What? That feeling that comes over you when you think about them. Does it feel real? Does it feel right? Is this the missing piece that's been missing from your life? If so, then I have some news for you. You are in love. You are already experiencing the most powerful force known to man. Because while you were daydreaming about them, you were activating the same neural pathways in your brain that are activated when you experience real physical pleasure. And this phenomenon is scientifically proven. Dr. Helen Fisher, who runs the Rutgers University Love Lab, has spent years studying love and relationships through brain scans. And her research has shown that the brain areas that light up when you think of a potential partner are the exact same brain areas that light up when you experience real physical pleasure. Meaning that the feelings you're having, the longing, the desire, even the butterflies in your stomach, are all signs that you are already in love. But there's more, because according to Helen Fisher and her team at the Rutgers University Love Lab, there are 7 key components that turn this longing into love, that turn this attraction into commitment. And all of these 7 components can be found in one place, the 80/20ths rule. Now, the 80/20ths rule isn't some ancient text hidden in the chambers of the Vatican. It's not a dusty old book on a shelf somewhere. No, the 80/20ths rule is a simple concept that was discovered by a man named Vilfredo Pareto. He was an Italian economist who noticed that 80% of Italy's land was owned by just 20% of its population. And this became known as Pareto's principle, or the 80/20ths rule. And it can be applied to almost everything in our lives, including our love lives. In fact, the 80/20ths rule states that 80% of our outcomes result from just 20% of our causes. Or in other words, a small percentage of what we do leads to most of the results. For example, 20% of the foods we eat make up 80% of our diet. 20% of the clothes we own make up 80% of what we wear. And 20% of our friends are responsible for 80% of our happiness. But perhaps most importantly for us today, 20% of our relationships give us 80% of our fulfillment. You see, when it comes to relationships, just a few small things will make or break our happiness. We typically only need 2 or 3 qualities in a partner to be fulfilled. But these are the qualities that we often overlook in the dating process. Instead, we get caught up in the details, in the minor things. When really what we should be focusing on are the major things, the big rocks, the deal breakers, and the must-haves. For example, when you meet someone new, what's the first thing you talk about? Small talk. You talk about the weather, your jobs, your weekend plans. These are all safe, comfortable topics that don't require much effort and don't lead anywhere. This is what most people call getting to know someone. But what about getting to know the important parts of them? What about getting to know their core values, their hopes and dreams, their fears and insecurities? These are the big rocks, the deal breakers, and the must-haves. These are the things that truly matter. And yet we spend so much time on the small stuff, on the things that don't really matter. And this is why most relationships fail, because we focus on the wrong things. We focus on the superficial, the external, when we should be focusing on the internal. We focus on what's on the surface, when we should be diving deep. So if you want to find the one, if you want to break the 80/20ths rule and find the 20% of relationships that will give you 80% of your fulfillment, you need to start focusing on the right things. need to stop wasting time on the small stuff and start investing time in the big stuff. You need to ask the hard questions early on, not later. You need to dive deep, not stay on the surface. Because once you find that 20%, the 20% of relationships that will give you 80% of your fulfillment, you'll realize that it's worth waiting for. You'll realize that it's worth taking the extra time to find. Because once you find it, you'll have it forever. Now, here's the problem. Most people don't know where to start when it comes to finding this 20%. Most people don't know how to break the 80-20th rule. And that's why they end up settling for less than they deserve. Wasting their time with the wrong people, getting lost in the 80% when they should be focused on the 20%. So let me ask you, are you willing to do whatever it takes to find your 20%? Are you willing to break the 80-20th rule and find the one? Are you willing to dive deep and find the love that you deserve? If so, I've got some news for you. It all starts with a conversation. And if you want to learn exactly what to say, what questions to ask, and how to dive deep into a conversation with someone new, then you need to listen closely over the next 2 minutes. There are 3 questions that I guarantee you've never heard before. Questions that will help you break the 80-20th rule and find the 20% of relationships that will give you 80% of your fulfillment. Question number 1, what does your ideal week look like? This question helps you identify their priorities. What do they value? What do they find important? If they talk about their job, their family, their hobbies, then you know that these are the things that matter to them. No. 2, what does friendship mean to you? This question helps you understand their comfort zone. How close do they get with people? Are they open? Are they vulnerable? Or do they keep people at a distance? Number 3, what's the most meaningful thing you've done in the past year? This question will help you understand their passions, the things that get them excited, the things that they're proud of. And once you ask these 3 questions, you'll know if they're the 20% that you've been looking for. Because remember, it doesn't matter how perfect you are for someone. If they can't see you as more than just friends, if they can't picture a future with you, if they can't commit to you, then you're not going to work out. And these 3 questions will help you avoid wasting any more time with the wrong people. So I ask you again, are you ready to find your 20%? Are you ready to break the 80-20th rule and find the love that you deserve? If so, then comment yes below. Let me know that you're ready to take the next step. And if you're serious about finding your one and you want my help, then click the link in the description. And you can download my 30-day love blueprint absolutely free. It's 7 simple steps that will put you on the path to finding your one. It's helped thousands of people find the love that they deserve, and it can help you too. Just click the link below and download it now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button because every week I publish a new video on how to improve your love life, how to attract and keep the one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.